To make chocolate fudge crackle biscuits, you need to get everything ready before you start. So I've got 30 grams of cocoa powder. Don't use drinking chocolate, it doesn't work. 100 grams of caster sugar, 30 mils of oil, and I've used 2 tablespoon measuring spoons full of oil because they're 15 mils each. A medium egg, gets very sticky if you have a large egg, and 90 grams of self-raising flour with a pinch of salt added into it. I've also got icing sugar that they're going to be rolled in, it doesn't get mixed in. The first step is to put a sieve over the bowl, and I'm going to sieve in the cocoa powder, it's quite lumpy, and the caster sugar, and putting them in together helps to get the lumps out of the cocoa because the sugar kind of pushes it through a little. You can also use the back of a spoon to smooth it through and get rid of all those lumps. Into that I'm going to put the egg and the oil. You can beat the egg first, but you don't need to. Make sure you scrape out all of your oil. Don't lose any. I'm going to use a fork. Start off by beating the egg in the centre and bring your fork around the bowl so that you mix it all up. It should look like a thick chocolatey paste. And that's pretty much how it's going to look. So I'm going to clean the fork off with a spoon. I'm then going to use the spoon to stir in the flour. Start off slowly so it doesn't go all over the place. Bring it down from the outside into the centre. If you're finding it difficult to mix, switch to a fork, but it should come together fairly quickly. So the stickiness of this mixture is going to depend on the size of your egg and how carefully you measured out your oil. It can be quite sticky, in which case the next step you can do differently and spoon out your individual biscuits. If it's quite a thick mixture like this, it's much easier to just be able to roll it into a ball with your hands and pick it up, put it on your worktop, roll it out, and at this point then you can start dividing it. Try and get it the same thickness all along. Cut it in half, half again, and then each of those cuts into 4. So you end up with 16. They should be fairly similar. They don't have to be identical. They should be quite alike. So you just cut them up. If any look particularly larger than others, just take a piece and put it onto another one. Roll them. If you find a stick into your hands, you can wet your hands a little. So roll them, drop them all down onto the worktop and finish them all off. Once you've rolled them all, stop and wash your hands. Get your bowl of icing sugar ready. I've also got a flat baking tray with non-stick baking paper on it. Roll each one, and you should be able to just roll it so you're not handling it too much. Pick it up, put them on the tray. What I find is if you just press them down slightly, it helps to stop them rolling around the tray. So you'd repeat that for each of them. Put them on your tray, And as you've got 16, I have 4 rows of 4. Once they're all rolled and spread out on your tray, like I said, I've flattened them out slightly, just give them a little press so they don't roll on the way to the oven. And they're going to take 10 minutes in the oven. After 10 minutes, they should have cooked, crackled. Depending on how soft your mixture was to start with, they might have spread. These haven't spread that much because the egg was quite small, but you can see the crackle effect. So just leave them to cool. They will keep in a cake or biscuit tin for 3 or 4 days. They should be slightly fudgy in the middle. If you cook them a bit longer, they'd be crisper. So personal choice there.